All right. So I am back again. My name's Karen. This is Kim. And we are talking today about the fall detox cleanse that we're doing. And I wanted to bring out the next thing from my refrigerator. And these are things that, well, yeah, we'll talk about that later. But this is something that I actually made this weekend. I absolutely love brunch. It's my favorite meal of the week. And so I have to sort of tip it strangely. Here. Ah! So it is a zucchini pie. Super tasty, but I know that there are things in here that are not going to be on the cleanse. This is the base of this is zucchini, caramelized onions, 4 eggs. I use gluten-free flour. It calls for regular flour, but I always use gluten-free. There's a gluten-free crust that also is dairy-free. But I have a Reggiano Parmigiano. I think that's it. It's like a sheep hard cheese that makes it so good. So there's that, because I'm a protein girl. So I like my eggs. I like chicken. I like fish. I like turkey. I like seafood. And we pretty much have some of all of that, I would say 2 to 3 times a day. Because I usually start with eggs. And then one of the other things that I do often is I, all winter long, make bone broths and turn them into soups. And this is a chicken bone broth that I make with organic chicken bones. And I am wondering, what about proteins?
Good question. I also, in non-cleanse, enjoy fish and eggs. And so during the detox, we're going to put that aside. Keep in mind that the fall transition time is to support the large intestines and the lungs. The large intestines and digestive system to flush, to release any extra heat, to take a break.
Mm-hmm.
And so that we build our digestive fire for the winter that's what keeps our immune system up. So we're going to put aside animal protein. We can exist really well without it. I also, at this stage of my life, I find that I do need it on a regular basis. So I understand that. In this detox, we'll be using quinoa, brown rice, beans, seeds, almonds to supply the plant protein. There's also protein even in vegetables, right? It's everything that we're going to do is plant-based. And then we transition back to the foods that are good for us and that we're accustomed to after the detox. To give you an idea, broccoli has protein in it. But I was going deeper than that. Hemp seeds, which I love to sprinkle onto the veggie protein bowls that we'll be having. 3 tablespoons of hemp seeds equal 15 grams of protein.
Which is equivalent to what? Like,
okay, so one egg is 5 grams of protein.
Oh my gosh, that's like an omelet. You said 3 tablespoons of hemp.
So you don't have to have them all at one time.
Sure.
Right? But say today I'm going to make my bowls and I'll use some avocado, which has fiber and protein, and then I'll sprinkle hemp seeds. Great. Maybe for dinner, I'll have a half a cup of quinoa, which is 10 grams of protein, and a half a cup of white cannellini beans drizzled with a fabulous dressing on greens.
Oh my gosh.
It really is about being curious.
Yeah.
Right? To go into the cleanse with an open heart and mind saying, you know what? I can try this for 7 days.
Right.
See how I feel.
Right.
And keep in mind, I'm not asking you to live your life this way.
Mhm.
I'm inviting you to do 7 days to reboot your digestion, to clear your lungs of mucus from dairy. All dairy, and I love a good sheep cheese,
Mhm. Mhm.
all dairy creates some mucus in the body.
I know.
We want to flush it out,
Yeah,
right? We're going
absolutely.
to go into winter with our pumps primed.
Right.
And that, if you keep that in mind, it'll kind of help you be able to let go a little bit, be
Mhm.
curious, be
Mhm.
open.
Mhm. I am taken because I love hemp seed. I always have it. I have a dedicated drawer for my gluten-free flours and seeds, just because seeds can get rancid
Very
pretty
quickly.
quickly. And when I cleared my diet because of health reasons, when I cleared glutens and dairy, I really became, I mean, I was medication free for allergies. I was medication free for gut issues. And I got to the point where I had a bleeding ulcer as a college student. And my journey into this really began then, and then carried across years and years of seasonal issues and respiratory distress. And in a time when we are really invited to look at the respiratory system,
Mm.
with, how do we have a clear and clean and healthy respiratory system, because we will always be post COVID, right there. That is a truth. And the more that we can do, right, and for me, I'm really just like, how can I be so incredibly loving on this part of my body
Mhm.
and really lean deeply in. And it really does begin right here in the kitchen, which is why I'm such a convert to these cleanses, and the integration of two or three of the things that then becomes a pattern and a practice for me. And then as we layer, suddenly we notice, I just don't get that thing anymore. And I love that. It's such a blessing.
Mm.
Yeah.
Thanks.
All
Yeah.
right. So goodbye. I will eat you up, zucchini pie.
I have a quiche that I made that I'm going to finish up as well.
And goodbye. I'll
And
just freeze
freeze,
this.
yeah, freeze it.
I'll freeze that.
Yeah.
And then, and what I love is once we do that, look at how much spaciousness remains. What?
Yes.
So there's a lot of space in there for all of the vegetables, and that's our next conversation.